This week's trail marker comes from Proverbs chapter 11 and verse number 30, where Solomon says, "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise." So Solomon makes it clear that those who are wise men are those who win souls to Jesus Christ. Now, it certainly has to do with those who are winning people to Jesus Christ, and we ought to do that faithfully in soul winning and organized visitation times and time at work. But it also has to do more with winning those who are believers to righteous living. If we're supposed to convince others to live righteously, whether they're lost or saved, how is it that we can convince those to live in such a way? Well, the Bible makes it clear in verse number 30 where he says, "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life." So righteous living bears good fruit, and it's a tree of life to all those around them. So you can win souls by bearing righteous fruit in your own life. And Paul makes it clear to Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12, where he says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity." And so the idea there, when he says example, it has to do with by making a mark by striking. And so what Paul is convincing Timothy of is that, Timothy, your life needs to be lived in such a way that when you come into contact with other people, it needs to make an impression. It needs to mold people into the image of Jesus Christ. And he lists 6 examples there, but basically he's saying your life needs to mold others into righteous living. And so what we're learning from today's trail marker is this: you can convince others to live righteously by your righteous living.